Good morning, everybody. Glad to see you again today, and having met many of you last night. So we got to keep things moving along today. My very brief job is to introduce our executive associate dean. It's Pierre Peterson. He's an expert in fission and fusion and our next generation nuclear reactors. He's been asked by the White House to serve on various commissions, and he worked with the Energy Secretary, Steve Chu, after the Japanese nuclear disaster. Of course, he got a PhD from Cal. And on top of all this, he's a fantastic person. So without further ado, Pierre Peterson.
Thanks, Lee. It's actually, I'm going to be brief also. My main job is to introduce a really wonderful speaker and graduate of the College of Engineering. So good morning. We're really thrilled to have you here today. And congratulations on being admitted to our one-year accelerated Master of Engineering degree program. This is really an excellent springboard for students who are looking for deeper understanding and exposure to technical engineering topics, while also preparing for leadership and management roles in industry. This year's incoming class comes to us from all around the world. We have a total of 38 different countries represented in this incoming class, which is really impressive. You are an exceptionally qualified group of students with a high level of academic achievement and excellent research and work experience. But what's coming next is maybe the most important thing. You've made the decision to come here to a world-renowned education and research institution for an opportunity to access the dynamic culture of innovation and leadership that is unique to Berkeley. This program is designed to fast-track talented students like you into the workforce and influential positions at excellent salary levels. Our graduates are sought after by Silicon Valley and other high-tech hubs. Leaders in corporate and other organizations tell us they are hungry for people who understand the innovation process and the kind of well-rounded skill set required to manage and lead teams at the cutting edge of business and technology. By the time you finish this program, you'll be prepared to have a magnified impact on society and the global economy. And I hope that by the end of today's visit day, you will have gained an appreciation of the vitality of the Berkeley engineering community and of this institution. We convene people from all over the world, and it's an amazing thing to be here and then to go out in the world and use the education that you'll gain here to make a difference. At this point, it's my opportunity to introduce somebody who's certainly done that in his career. Please join me in welcoming the creator of the Coleman Fung Institute for Engineering Leadership, Mr. Coleman Fung. Mr. Fung was the founder and chief executive of OpenLink, a company that developed a unique cross-market risk architecture for a robust environment that seamlessly supports front through back-end office requirements for financial and energy and commodity markets. After retiring from his executive position at OpenLink, Mr. Fung co-founded Blue Goji, an interactive fitness company. He holds a master's degree in industrial engineering from Stanford, which is okay, and his bachelor's degree from industrial engineering operations research from Berkeley. And with that, please help me welcoming Mr. Coleman Fung. Thank you, Coleman.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Welcome to Berkeley. Welcome to California. I actually flew in from Boston last night. The weather was horrible. I got there on Thursday. It was 70 degrees. I was sweating. And then the next day, it just kept dropping and dropping. And this is my assistant, Pearl. Anyway, so I know you have a big decision to make. We're almost going to actually flip the conversation. You mentioned about wonderful salaries that you're going to get upon graduation. I want you to actually throw that away. I want you to consider two really important attributes of the program here. The first one, why the program is hosted inside Fung Institute, and the name for engineering leadership. And then the second key point is the greater environment of UC Berkeley. So let me start with the first one. Engineering leadership. Okay, so most of you will probably simply think, okay, meaning I'm going to learn enough management skill, knowledge, how to run a technology startup or manage a tech team within a big company, which is true. It's part of it. But the vision and the concept is much bigger than that. I want you to be the first cohort, first group of talents that with intended mission to take technology, not just for technology's sake, not just for having fun creating tremendous value for your investor, which is important, but don't end that ambition there. I want you to ask yourself, what kinds of global societal problems, challenges that we face today that do not require any key technical component in order to solve them? Let's start the list. Climate change, energy, terrorism. How is ISIS recruiting all these crazy people? Without technology, do you think they can reach all these disenfranchised population? No. So just think about all the possible things that you guys can do. So I want you guys to develop that vision, that leadership vision, to see beyond just the technology component, beyond just the technology solution for common good, for greater good. So let me kind of give you an example of how you guys should think about some of these issues. So how many of you actually have taken an Uber car service? Great. So look at the valuation of Uber. It's pretty amazing, right? I don't know, what was the latest number? $50 billion, something like that? Okay. So if you remember some of the earlier services, when the company was trying to sign up with a lot of drivers, really providing people with additional means to make some money, whether they do it part-time, full-time, or whatever. But once it's done, the competition. So think about the value creation. Think about the drivers. They are the backbone of the service, but they really have no access to the value creation, to the wealth creation. So if you think about that, the only one who's going to come out with these amazing evaluations are the investor, are the VC. So you see the overall inequality problem. So is it fair in this model that people who actually put in a lot of work have absolutely no access to the wealth creation process? So it's not, the example here is not meant for any judgment. I just want you guys to think about it. I want you guys to develop that kinds of sense and sensibility. Mindfulness. When you create your solution, when you develop all this greatest toys, gadgets, solution, whatever, how is it going to really impact society, common good? So I want you to think about this is why I need you to be engineering leaders, not just inside the field of engineering or whatever technical areas you are studying, but go beyond that. Leverage. I want you to be the catalyst that is going to empathize the work that you do beyond just what's in front of you, what the specific problem you're trying to solve. How do you go beyond that? So that's the first attribute. The second area is Berkeley itself. So as you probably know, we are usually ranked as a top public university. But it's also important to understand that beyond the top engineering school ranking, Berkeley also have probably one of the most, if not the most, top ranking humanities, social sciences, big data. The list can go on. I mean, Simon Institute that was recently set up, we beat out Harvard, MIT. They actually put a joint proposal in, and they didn't make it. So the point here is, in order for you to leverage the first point, to create that sense and sensibility, you need to be exposed to as many experts, researchers in the area as possible. And this is the place to do it. I'll give you an example. We are launching a new undergraduate program with School of Public Health. And really looking at health and wellness and technology innovation for 3 demographics: at-risk youth, veterans, and seniors. And we're looking at technology, we're looking at innovation that can actually be applied, gamification of health, for example, in this space. In fact, some of those students you will probably run into them in the new buildings. They know about the new buildings, right? So that's the kinds of collaboration and exposure. I would say very few universities will offer the same range and depth and diversity of expertise in the area. So your job is to take advantage of this, not just socializing among yourself, which you need to do, but take advantage of the opportunity. Reach out to the business school, the law school, humanities, social sciences. She was stuck on a plane for 6 hours, so I let her run around a little bit. Those are the really 2 key attributes that I want you to think about compared to what this program has to offer versus other typical master programs. Again, with the mission, with the public mission, which is really unique. Another perfect example is that, again, you probably know that because you are in the tail end of this process, applying to professional programs like this one, as well as to other schools. Most schools is tough, you're going to borrow whatever money you need to do in order to get through the program. I believe we are one of the very few master professional programs that offer substantial financial aid. Again, that's a reflection of Berkeley. So I want you to think about the challenge, whether you can stretch yourself. Look, you're going to be pushed in your interest, in your chosen technical area. But this program will offer you the opportunity to test your limit, to push yourself, to stretch yourself. How much you can actually do beyond just solving your technical problems. Seeing beyond just what's obvious. Because I think this is where the exciting part's going to happen. Look, I know you guys are going to do well. You're going to excel based on some of these statistics that I'm looking at the applicant pool. So, but the key is, do you want to just go do a typical professional program, which is, I went through another one. I have to tell you, that's why this one is so much better. But it's always good to actually go to a different school so that you really learn you be exposed to different environment, different academic culture, such as Berkeley's. So that's pretty much it. Do we have any time for questions?
Offline questions, maybe.
Okay.
I'll have to keep going. Thank you so much to our founder, Coleman Fung, founder of our institute.